Let's use the movie The Matrix to map this out. My outside the Matrix character is telling your inside the Matrix character what the deal is. That you're living a fictional life as a fictional being in a fictional universe. I'm not saying you should break out of the Matrix, just that you can have an unimaginably better experience of your existence within it if you understand the wholly fictitious nature of it. Most people, of course, have no idea or have only a conceptual grasp. But The Matrix is just a movie, she says. And this is just the dream state, I reply. The movie The Matrix is solipsism, the cogito, Plato's cave, brain in the vat theory, and a great popcorn flick all rolled into one. It's the death knell of philosophy and science and religion. Nothing is what you think it is, nor is it not. That's the dream state. This sounds familiar, she says. Are there any spiritual or religious groups who believe they're not human beings on Earth? Sure, I say. They're called cults, and we tend to ignore them until they start racking up a body count. I'm not encouraging you to believe that you're not a human on Earth, only to question your belief that you are. The difference is belief. It's all about belief. All beliefs serve as self-limitations, and they're all false. But if I'm not a human being on planet Earth, what am I? You're asking me? Yes? Well, to me, you're a minor character in my dramatic dreamscape, a semi-coherent, energetic pattern making a brief appearance on the stage of my awareness, a bit player whose timely appearance meshes precisely with current themes. Aw, she grins. I bet you say that to all the girls. I laugh. She chews on her bottom lip as she stares at me. This isn't the pills talking. I don't know. Sounds like me. Yeah. We sit quietly for a few minutes. I can feel her agitation. You should watch The Matrix again, I suggest. Lots of useful stuff there. Remember when Neo was unplugged from the Matrix? He asks why his eyes hurt, and Morpheus answers. Lisa provides the line. Because you've never used them before. Yes, I say. Welcome to the desert of the real. She laughs uncomfortably. In the movie, I continue, Neo is rejecting one layer of delusion in exchange for another, just as the inhabitants of Plato's cave are trading the illusion of the shadows on the wall for the broader illusion of the cave itself. In The Matrix, when someone is freed, they move into the broader cave-like reality of underground ships and caverns in Zion, and, as the movie portrays, it can seem like a very bad bargain. Someone might wish to re-enter a state of comfortable delusion rather than undergo the rigors and hardships of cave life. They might want to crawl back into the womb. You can't do that, she says quietly. No, I don't think so, I say. Are you okay? Yes. Please continue. This is interesting. You sure? I'm starting to understand some things better, she says. I'm starting to kind of see myself in this metaphor. Good. Otherwise, it's just a movie. That's what I thought it was, she says. It's a tool, I say. A map on which we can plot our journey, or one leg of it. If the Neo character were really trying to awaken from the dream state, he wouldn't have accepted the subterranean world of Morpheus and Zion and freedom fighter drama so easily. He'd have recognized it as merely another layer of delusion and kept going. Further, she says. Exactly. Always further. layers on top of layers, turtles on top of turtles. Neo never found out how deep the rabbit hole goes. He just went down one level, and having escaped from the Matrix, he is now more firmly in the grasp of delusion than ever. He knows the Matrix is an artificial reality, but he thinks he's out of it, so he's much more effectively imprisoned than before. He misinterprets his new state as freedom, but it is only a more convincing illusion of freedom. And how does this apply to me? This is your situation. She checks her notes. Now I'm more firmly in the grip of delusion than ever? Meaning? Meaning you've spent your discontent. You've fired your rockets, and here you are. She frowns. This isn't negative, I say. This is good. You may not be happy and well-adjusted yet, but you're definitely in the right place. You got out of the place where you didn't want to be, where you'd rather die than stay, and now you're awakening within the dream state. But not from it? No, your discontent wasn't of that nature. You're like Neo. And you're like Morpheus? I laugh. Only in the tour guide sense, I say. I'm showing you around a bit, explaining where you are and how things work. You have some groovy new abilities you can play with and learn about and get good at. I still can't imagine not believing I'm a human being. No one can ever imagine the next step until they've taken it. Every barrier seems impassable until the time comes when all other choices have dissolved, and it's forward or perish. Could you have imagined a year ago what you've accomplished now? She laughs at the idea. No, she says. You take one step, which is always an act of destruction. Then you pause, rest, recuperate, reflect, maybe even think you're done. And then the next step starts to appear, and the option of not taking it starts to disappear. You've been through this once, so I assume you recognize what I'm saying. She nods slightly, head bowed to her notes. So now I'm describing the next step, and it's a doozy, almost of the same transformational magnitude as the one you've taken, but much less difficult. It's only natural that it looks impossible to you, but gradually the impossibility will be in not taking this step. She seems discouraged. No one traipses merrily along through this journey, Lisa. There is no bravery here, and no one takes a step out of desire. You go forward when you can't stay where you are. That's the process. That's how you got this far, and that's how you'll keep going, if you do. She writes, head down, quiet.